In this section, Rajesh talks about a very interesting analogy between a compass and a map. So, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're working for a startup, the fact that you probably will be operating on a compass model is something I found a beautiful and an interesting analogy that he makes. So, what is it that a compass does? A compass broadly tells you the direction, but it doesn't tell you the destination. So, if you're working for a Proficon or a startup, or if you're an entrepreneur, you probably have a compass kind of a mindset, which is to say, hey, this is the problem I'm trying to solve. I think this is a big enough opportunity, and I believe this can take me there. And during the process, you may make several changes to the plan. So you may take one route, you may hit a dead end, you then come back and then try something else. So if you're working for a Proficon, be ready to accept this as a reality. If you're working in a very large established company, a multinational, large Indian company, they go by maps because it's an established business. You know what you have to do getting up every day in the morning. You know what needs to get done. You need to know what is the process that you need to place. You need to ensure that you get things done. How do you get people the clarity to ensure that they achieve their numbers? But here there is absolute ambiguity. So the fact that there is a difference between a Proficon and an established business or an entrepreneur who's building a business, I think the compass and a map analogy is very interesting, and that is something that one needs to keep in mind. The other point that he makes is, because you're passionate about the idea, the fact that you always keep thinking about the upside. So if you are a Proficon, most often what these entrepreneurs do is keep thinking about, even when they're starting up, and more importantly when they're starting up, the fact that they really look at worst case scenarios, saying, hey, if this fails, will I be, what will be my, final loss or the impact that it will make. So he talks about the fact that when you think of worst case scenarios, what it helps you do is to reduce the options of, how you will fail, or if it fails, where will you be at that point in time. I think that's something that he talks about. Therefore, you look at how much of risk can you take, what is the appetite for the risk that you want to put into the venture, and therefore you keep optimizing it. Therefore, what I really liked about what he said was, normally people tell us that entrepreneurs are risk takers, and he says entrepreneurs are risk optimizers. So therefore, a Proficon, by its nature, and the entrepreneur working there is a person who basically looks at, how do I reduce the risk in this venture? And that's really what differentiates the Proficon from a unicorn.